getting ready to go out and feed the chickens and water them. Buddy Daryl Stokes is here this week. He's been hanging around with us. He's going to hold the camera for me. We're going to head out to the chicken coop, make sure Sophie's got water and food and the chickens. See what kind of eggs we got out there. Well, yesterday we got into sawing a little bit of wood on the sawmill. I think I did a short video on that. It wasn't too bad. First log of the year.
We gotta take a look at those and find out which ones make good signs.
Oh yeah. One thing about out here and on the homestead, we get a lot of water, so you got to be careful where you walk around here. We got springs, at least 3 on the property. Well, we do have some seed potatoes we got to get put in here real shortly. We got to do that pretty quick. I don't know if we'll get to that today, but that's something we need to do. We did get a lot of the weeds and stuff out of the raised beds. We still need to add a little bit of dirt to them too. As you can see, the beds don't look too bad this year. Everything still looks pretty good. We just got to add a little bit of dirt to them. This really has been a great little place to grow our vegetables. Here comes Sophie. She loves her chicken coop. Yeah, chicken's got a coop, but Sophie's got half the coop. And she really likes it in here.
How come you put her in here?
What's that?
How come you put her in here at night?
Well, we have a lot of coyotes in the area, so if we leave her out at night, I always worry about the coyotes getting her, you know. Yeah. And she's such a good hunter. She likes to hunt, so... You can see our eggs are falling down. I got one stuck in the wrap here. Sometimes they don't roll completely out, so you have to peek in there and make sure they're coming out. Got one in there setting. She's not setting, she's just laying an egg. Hey Daryl, I think we got breakfast. We got at least 2 eggs.
Works for me.
Oh, got my string. And a lot of the times I come in here, I ended up getting rid of, I got rid of 6 chickens. It was just a little too much for Julie and I here at the homestead. So we still have 6 more chickens. And usually I can fill the water and the food up and it lasts a day, or that food will last a few days actually. But the coop really has been nice as far as keeping them warm, and we do need to do some cleaning. We haven't cleaned it in a few months. It does need cleaned up, but other than that, this has been a great coop. I give Sophie a little bit of water there. Sophie comes and goes as she pleases. Oh, these eggs are still hot. They're actually hot, so we'll leave that open for them to get in and out. Sophie to get in and out. If she wants something to eat or something to drink, she's able to get in and out of there pretty easy. So I guess if we get into anything today, we're gonna get you guys in here and let you see what we get into. Hopefully we can go out there and check out some of that wood we cut on the sawmill and maybe see which ones will make some great signs. I hear that chicken out there laying us another egg, Daryl.
Tell her to hurry up.
Well, you smell that smell, Daryl?
Yeah.
Hey, look at this. This is an old crabapple tree right here. This thing gets so full of crab apples. You can see the blossoms on it. I'll tell you, that thing gets so full, and then the deer come up here and they'll sit there and eat right underneath that crabapple tree. That's what we're smelling. I think it's that crabapple tree. Let me get some lights on here, Daryl. I'll tell you what, it's a long walk to turn on lights. Oh yeah. So this is all the wood that we got from the sawmill yesterday. And some of it, you know, it don't look all that great, but some of it I think we can make work for signs. This was a very old log. This log was cut when we first started cleaning off the property. It was a butt end. And I thought, well, you know what better wood to build some signs out of and give my buddy Daryl some to take home with him. I'm getting him a pile of wood over here so he can take back to Utah with him. Always like to make sure he doesn't go home empty-handed. So I'm going to get one of these boards. We ran through the planer. We got a couple of them here. Daryl, I think, has one. Check this out. This is basically the core, almost the core of this tree. This is a beautiful hunk of wood. Beautiful.
I like the colors it's got.
It does have some great colors in it. I'll go get one of the small ones. We did another one that has, what'd you call this stuff, Daryl?
Spalting.
Spalting in it?
Yeah.
I'm going to go grab that one out of the back room. We run it through the planer.
Yeah, this board here, you can see the spalting in it. The log had a bunch of beetle damage on it that we could see. And this is what happens with beetle damage.
So this is what it looked like once we got it through the planer. It's a beautiful piece of wood. Look at that. Yeah, I like it. So we're probably going to be making a sign. And if you guys haven't noticed, on my channel, I actually changed the name. Instead of Kevin Robinson 6688, you're going to see Robinson Homestead pop up. Now, Julie and I are always on this channel, and we're on here together. We changed the picture. You're going to see more of Julie on the videos now. She's not working on her channel, so she's going to start working on my channel, and we're just going to make one big old channel, one happy homestead. That's all it's going to be. So if you guys noticed, even my name will come up, Robinson Homestead. So keep that in mind when I'm commenting to you or putting out a video. So what we got here on the table, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Daryl brought me in a light that we're going to be using in the chicken coop. No, we're going to put this in the tractor shed. I have one in the chicken coop, not quite as nice as this, but I have one out there in the coop. We're going to put this one in the tractor shed. I have a little solar light in the tractor shed that it kind of runs dead too much. So, and we can't control on and off on it, but this one here we'll be able to. So we'll do a video on this later on down the road. We'll get that set up, and I'd like to tell Daryl thanks for bringing that in, because that is something I could really use out there. So I thought we'd go through a little bit of this wood, and I've been wanting to build Daryl a sign for his off-grid cabin. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to pick out a board that he likes the most. We're going to run it through the planer. If it's not already planed, we're going to run it through the planer, and we're going to carve out a sign for Daryl today. I think that's what we're going to do. So this won't take long. We'll get her figured out. So Daryl, if you want to go through there and pick out a nice board that you'd like to have as a sign, we'll get it set up there and get her taken care of.
So you don't care which one I take?
No, I don't care which one you take. See, this stuff I have all the time.
Okay, I want this one.
All right, that's the one. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this thing set up, run it through the planer. We're going to get Daryl a sign for the WoodHaven off-grid cabin. If you guys haven't seen his channel, we're going to leave a link in the description, and we'll also put a little tag up here in the top so you guys can check out his channel. So let's go run this thing through the planer. I think we're going to leave it at that. It looks really nice. I think that's a beautiful piece of wood. What do you think, Daryl?
You sure you want me to have this one?
Yes, this is the one I want you to have. So what Daryl's doing now is he's laying out how he wants his letters on that board. And you know, my thing is I visually look at each letter to make sure it looks right. Because if it doesn't look like right to you now, it's definitely not going to look right when you get that sign finished. So once he gets all these letters set out there, what we'll do is we'll take some. I've been using the black primer, and I'll spray that on there, and then we'll go from there. We'll go ahead and start cutting out the sign. Okay. So this is how I learned to do it with the spray paint. I also trace things too. I have patterns that I use to trace. Like if Daryl was a flower kind of guy, I'd put a flower on there and I'll just trace that with a marker. But right now, this is what he wants. We'll get it fixed up here. So we'll go ahead and spray this on here, just lightly, so we can get the image. We have to be real careful because we will move the letters. So we'll let that set on there just a little bit. Let it dry up a little bit. It doesn't take long for this black primer to dry. And then we'll get ready to carve it out. Okay, so we're going to get ready to carve his sign. And we're going to take off the letters now. Which this is always the funnest part. And I notice a lot of guys, they'll bump them like that. And they'll take them all off. And then you have what you need to carve already there. So we'll get these put up. Hopefully, we can give Daryl a nice sign for his off-grid cabin. So we're going to get started. I'm using a 1/4-inch bit to cut these letters, and then we're going to switch it down. We'll do a smaller bit to cut the trees out. Trees are a little bit more small, so we want to make sure we use a small enough bit that it'll get the detail in there. So we'll get started. First of all, I'm going to get this to where I'm only cutting about a 1/16 of an inch deep. Somewhere around there is what I like to cut. Okay, we used that 1/4-inch bit to do all of his letters. So now what we're going to do is switch it out and put a smaller bit, more profile bit to cut out the trees so we can get the detail in them. Now, I do realize why they tell you not to carve this wood when it's wet. If you see, I have a bunch of fuzzies all over this. I think we can get that off with the sander, but probably should have let this wood dry a little bit more than what we did. So we're going to go ahead and switch out the bit. Okay, we'll go ahead. I got the bit in here. This is the nice little profile bit that Daryl actually sent me to do these carvings. We're going to use it to finish out the pine trees, and then we're going to get it painted up, sand it off, and see what we have. So let me get my ear protection on for sure. Wow. Well, we got them all done. Got the trees done. Everything looks pretty good. And like I said, I do notice it being wet wood, it's a little harder to carve. It wants to move around a little bit more, but I think it's going to turn out pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and get this cleaned up a little bit, and then we're going to spray paint it, and then we're going to sand it off and see what we have underneath. That's always the best part. So we're going to get to see Daryl's sign here. See what she looks like. I think we did fairly good on this sign. I think it looks nice. The only thing is I'm done with this sign. If Daryl wants to do more to it, he's going to have to take it to his shop and finish it up. Probably going to need a little bit more sanding, and if he wants to trim it off or clear coat it or whatever he wants. But I think that's a good start for the sign. What do you think, Daryl?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it looks fantastic. I like all the different colors and everything. And I really like that spalting in there too.
Spalting. Daryl told me this. He was telling me about this wood that's called spalting wood. And this, I think, might be damage from beetles, you said, maybe? Mm-hmm. Or is it in its rotting stage?
Yeah, the beetle damage does something to the resin in the wood, and it changes color. So you get all this black.
Yeah. So we're going to let Daryl take this home, and we'll see what he can do to it to liven it up maybe a little bit, put some clear on it, or whatever you want to do. You think you're okay with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Well, I thought since Daryl, we made him a sign, why not make myself one? Since we changed the name of the channel, and if you guys noticed, we did change the name. So I think I mentioned that once in this video. But I thought this would be a good one for us, so we'll clean it off. Robinson's Homestead. Well, of course, we had to have Sophie in there too. Sophie's always peeking around the corner. Well, we got us a couple signs done today. And this one here came out of the wood that we had on the sawmill. This piece here was a piece that I'd already had. And the reason why I used it is because you do need to carve that wood when it's dry. And this was a little bit wet, but I think it turned out really nice. Don't forget to check out the WoodHaven channel, you guys. Daryl has a really nice off-grid cabin he's been building for a while now, and would like to invite all you guys over there to check it out. And like I said, we did change the name of this channel that you're watching now, the Kevin Robinson 6688, to the Robinson's Homestead. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some clear coat on this, hang it on the wall, and then it'll be in the background when we're doing our videos, which I think will be pretty cool. So I would like to tell everyone, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Until next time.